Okay folks, Wednesday morning, about 6:30 a.m. I met my customer here in Centerville, Missouri. Just parked right here, spent the night. They said they have overnight parking, but there's no places around here. I'm kind of out in the middle of the forest. In fact, the Mark Twain National Forest is right over there. Anyway, I just kind of took a gamble that there would be a place to park. I got here after they had already closed for the day, about 6 p.m., 6:30, something like that. And yeah, so just parked here. It was fine. And some of the early crew has already come in and they're working down there. But you can see, you know, they've got different sizes of wood products here. And I bet you I'm getting something like this. You know, these are those 1-foot blocks that we use at the Fort Smith yard to separate the bundles of steel bars. So, and then there's some right here that are even, you know, the smaller version, if you can see that. So I bet I'm getting something like that, because this load delivers to the Maverick yard in Fort Smith. But anyway, the people in the shipping office right there don't come in till 7. So just waiting on them. I asked the forklift guy down there moving logs if I was in the right place, and he said yeah, but the shipping person doesn't come in till 7. So just waiting. And then it's like a 6.5 hour drive, something like that, to get from here to Fort Smith. So that's kind of how the day is going to work out. All right, I'll try to show you some of the process. Okay guys, so they had me repositioned. I was parked over to the left a little, facing that way, and checked in at the office down there, and he had me turn around, like pointing where I can exit. And my unloader here, Rich, is just started loading me. As you can see right there, I'm getting 4x4, 4" by 4", and then 7-foot 6" timbers. Just 11 bundles supposedly. So I think what we're going to have to do is have one layer. You know, he's putting 2 on per row. We'll probably end up with one bundle on a second layer. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But all the product is sitting right over here, so luckily I was in the right place. All right, so that's how it works. So I guess Fort Smith, you know, they use these timbers to do preloads, is what I'm guessing. Or I don't know, maybe if they cut some of them to use as little blocks. But anyway, that's what we got. I'll show you one more load. It's a big forklift. Some heavy duty stuff. Let's see how close he is on the other side. Oh wow, he's got, yeah. All right, well that's how it works. I may see if he can squeeze those together where they're touching, because there's a little more room on that side of the trailer than over here. All right guys, so we're loaded and secured. I got 3 straps. Had to use a two 2-inch strapper back here because the 4-inch won't go past right here. So I got 3 straps on the back one, 2 on all the others, 3 on the front. This goes to the Maverick yard in Fort Smith. So, all right, there's a look of things. All right, let's hit the road. All right, folks, been driving about a half an hour. Just giving you a little road footage here from southern Missouri. A little bit different than what you normally see from me. Gonna be some slow, curvy, hilly driving though. I'm gonna be on roads similar to this most of the way till I get over in northwest Arkansas and hit 49 south. So no point in getting in a hurry. And like I said, you know, I've got a special request to get home by tomorrow evening. It's Wednesday right now, about 8:30 a.m. This load is, you know, I'll get it delivered this afternoon. So, you know, they may load me up and send me home with a load, or they could have me do something else. You know, they do have a couple of short loads out of Fort Smith that go to, well, there's a place right there in Fort Smith that holds product for Gerdau. There's a customer in Oklahoma City. There's one in Ozark, Arkansas, about 40 miles away. I mean, there are some short trips, so we'll see. But just giving you some different kind of road footage. It's nice to, in a way, you know, this is hard. This is definitely harder driving. You don't have many places to stop, do load checks, get fuel. In fact, there won't be a place for me to get fuel till I get like 20 miles from Fort Smith. But I should be okay though. I mean, I got half a tank right now. Anyway, I mean, there are places I could get fuel, but there's no pilots or loves. I'd have to buy the fuel myself and then get reimbursed. I did want to mention, you know, somebody asked me a question a few days ago about, you know, to name a couple of reasons why I chose Maverick, you know, to start my trucking career. And I guess the point is, the reason I chose Maverick to start with, you know, when I first got my CDL, and when I got my CDL, you know, I got it on my own. I just studied for the test. I got one of those CDL permit study guides from the DMV, studied it, and then I used an online website that had great practice quizzes and learning modules and stuff. Let's see if I can think of the name of that. Trucking Truth. I don't know if it's still up and running. You know, this was 3.5, 4 years ago, but Trucking Truth. They had a very good program to help you study and learn and take practice quizzes. Very helpful. So I did that, you know, got my permit, and then I went and found a private guy about 1.5 hours from where I live that had his own little teaching grounds. You know, he had a couple of acres there, had his own truck, trailer, and you know, I went up there 3 different times and just did my training through him, you know, for the skills, the driving, the inspection, and he actually goes with you and his truck to the State Police Testing Center. So I did that because I was still working 2 jobs, you know, while I was doing that. So I didn't have time to just sign up for a CDL program, you know, at a local community college or something that would take 4 or 6 weeks or longer. So that's how I did. And I decided to go with Maverick because, like you're doing, you know, I had watched some videos that were out at the time. You know, back then, you know, Dale Clay, Craig Ryan, Neil Otts, they all had good videos, had been driving for Maverick or had driven for Maverick. And, you know, it's just super convenient for me. Like I've told you before, I only live about 10 miles from the main Maverick yard in North Little Rock, so I can park my truck there, leave my personal vehicle there, just back and forth. It's super easy. I get supplies when I need them, get service on the truck easier than most people. You know, it's just really convenient. And, you know, I was aware of Maverick, but, you know, I didn't know much about Maverick. I'd seen their property, been by there 100 times, but, you know, I didn't have any idea I was going to end up driving a truck. It just kind of, you know, once I decided I needed to make a career change, I started looking at truck driving because I saw lots of ads that, you know, it paid pretty well, you know, and I was kind of, I questioned that because I thought it might be too good to be true. So anyway, I started looking into that. That's how I got to watching videos and ended up with Maverick. So that's kind of how I got to Maverick, just because I'm real close and it's super convenient. And, you know, I thought the flatbed type of trucking looked interesting. But more importantly, you know, why I've stayed with Maverick, because I've been with Maverick now over 3 years. And the reason I've stayed with Maverick is, you know, because they pay us well. You know, I should say, you know, they offer good training up front too. You know, they have a good training program. They'll hire new CDL holders and train you. Not every company is going to do that. You know, a lot of companies, if you get out there and look, they want experience, you know, a year or 2 years of experience. But if you get your CDL, Maverick will hire you and train you. So it's a great place to get started. Even if you don't stay there but a year or two, you know, get your experience, get trained, and then, you know, you got all sorts of options. But, you know, they have great facilities, great training program, great place to get started. And then, you know, what's kept me there is, you know, they pay us well, there's good employee benefits, have good equipment, and good freight. You know, back when the COVID first hit and different times with the economy, when things would get a little slow around the holidays, or especially around COVID, I know there was a period of a couple of months there where I think a lot of trucking companies, and especially owner-operators, were having a rough time there getting freight. At least that's what I was hearing. But, you know, Maverick pulled their resources together and got us loads, you know, loads that we didn't normally have. You know, they would get loads from different brokers, and, you know, we didn't have a letdown, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I did not feel any kind of letdown in freight, ever. I've never felt, while I've been with Maverick, that there was a shortage of freight. There's always a load. And what else? Oh yeah, they do a great job of getting me home on the weekends. That's real important to me. I like the cycle of, you know, I go out, I run hard during the week, but I like getting home on the weekend. And you know, I've been driving for over 3 years now, and I've only been hung out 3 times, I think. So that's pretty good. That's real good if you talk to other truckers out there. And if that's not important to you, getting home every weekend, that's fine. You know, they have options. You can work it out and you can stay out as long as you want, you know. I've run into guys that stay out for weeks at a time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or longer. You know, it just depends on what you want to do. We have different divisions. You know, a different division might be better for you depending on where you live, you know. Just if you get interested in Maverick, that's where you need to talk to a recruiter and see what they think the best option for you is, based on where you live and what you want to do, how you want to run. So, but anyway, I've been meaning to talk about that. So this is a good opportunity, you know. Good pay, good equipment. They do a great job of getting me home when I want to be home. Good freight. So there you go. All right, that's enough talking for now. All right, folks. Well, we're just a few miles from the Maverick Fort Smith yard, but I have to pull into this weigh station. Looks like they're just bypassing everybody. You know, 9 out of 10 times when you pass one of these, the weigh station will either be closed or you'll get a bypass on your tablet. But about 1 out of 10 times, you got to pull in. And about once a year, that's my average so far, or maybe, I'll think about that, once every year and a half, let's say, you actually get pulled over where they want to do an inspection. No, I take that back. It is about once a year. I've had to pull over at a weigh station twice and get inspected. Once in southeast Missouri, once in Kentucky, and once on Highway 67 heading north in Arkansas. And that wasn't even a weigh station. I just got pulled over by a DOT officer, and he did an inspection right there on the side of the road. So once per year, that's my average, which from what I hear, that's probably more than normal. Anyway, I'll see you at the Maverick Fort Smith yard.